Welcome students. In today's session, we will go through one more program based upon the stack concepts. One of the application of the stack is in where if we want to convert an infix expression into a postfix or a prefix expression, then we can make use of the concept of stack and then we can easily convert it. Today, in this program, we are going to look upon the program which will convert a given infix expression into its equivalent postfix expression using the stack applications. And here we are going to make use of the array implementation of the stack. Now, first let us quickly go through the different variables that we are using in the program and the functions which we are using here. We have a set of global variables here. Okay, now if you first look at this statement, line number 10, we are using three different strings, right? Character array are nothing but the strings here. Now, each of these, the infix, postfix, and the stack are the three different strings which we are using here. The name suggests that here the infix is used to store the infix expression and the postfix. So after once we convert the infix into a postfix during the conversion, so this postfix is going to store all the postfix equivalent expression, and the stack we will make use of to process, that is the conversion of the infix to postfix. Now, the size of these character array is going to be the max, which has been declared as the hash defined statement, which is a constant. Okay, we are using different variables. Since we have the arrays here, that is the string character array, we require the index values to access every elements of this particular array, right? For that purpose, we are using three different variables here. The first one is I. So this I is for infix expression that will access the elements of this particular array infix. Similarly, the J variable is used for the postfix expression, and the top will be helpful for the stack. That is the insertion, that is push and pop operation that we are going to perform on the stack, that will be taken care by the value of this particular top. And we know that at the beginning, when the arrays are empty, right, the I will be pointing to 0, that is the 0th index we can insert. So I and J will be pointing to 0 values, that is the initial value. And also we know that when a stack is empty, that time the top will point to -1, indicating that there are no elements in the stack. The variable len here, it is used to calculate the length of the infix expression. So that means, suppose when we execute this particular program, we need to type in the infix expression, which will be later converted by this program into a postfix expression. So that length of that particular expression has to be calculated, and that will be stored in this particular length variable. Okay. Now, there are different user-defined functions in this particular function. Since we want to implement this program using the stack operations, that means we should have the two functions for push and pop operations. Look at the signature of the push function, that is function prototype. The name of the function is push, and it accepts single character. It accepts a one parameter of the type character, and it does not return anything because it is a void. Then the second function, that is pop. So pop function, it removes the element at the top of the stack, right? Since it is removing, it need not to accept any parameter, so it is empty. Since it removes, that removed element or the character will be returned back by this particular pop function. Then apart from these two, we do have two more functions. The first one among that is the convert. So the convert, as the name suggests, this particular user-defined function we are using to convert the infix into the postfix expression. It does not take any parameter and neither it returns any value. The last function is precedence. Right? As we know that there will be a multiple operators will be used in the expression. So different operators have a different priorities. So based upon their priority, we need to apply the conversion techniques. So in order to handle that one, we are using one particular function by the name precedence. It accepts a character as a parameter and then it returns an integer value. That integer value determines the priority of that particular operator. Okay, now before we move on to the next code, first let us try to execute the program and see how this program works, and then we will later look into the program explanation. Now, let me first quickly execute the program and show you the output. So program already has been compiled. Let me directly go with the execution part. Now, it asks user to enter an expression in infix format. For an example, if I take A plus B, the corresponding postfix expression will be what? AB plus, right? As the name says, the postfix means the operator has to be placed at the end of the operands, that is after the operands. So the operands here are A and B, okay, and the operator is at the middle, and definitely in the postfix what will happen? We have to first write the operands first, that is A and B, followed by the operator that is being involved here, that is plus. Let us take one more example wherein I'm trying to enter multiple operations here, say A plus B, bracket is closed, and let's have a division and then say C minus D. Okay, now, so the equivalent postfix expression of this infix expression is this. Now, here there are brackets have been used, then there is a multiple operations have been performed. So the highest priority has to be given for the brackets first. So that means first A plus B has to be carried away. So equivalent of A plus B in postfix is AB plus. Similarly, C minus D, equivalent of C minus D is going to be CD minus. So that CD minus will come. And then there is a division. So division, two operands will be what? AB plus and CD minus. So those have written first, followed by the operator. Okay, now let us go into the program and then try to understand how the program execution takes place and how the tracing works. Fine. Now, in order to trace this program, first let us look into the let's glance through the code what we have here. We have a main function. So main function, job of the main function is to ask user to enter the infix expression. So once the infix expression is read, that will be stored in the string called as infix. Then we will call the function, that is convert, and this convert function will take care of converting the infix into the postfix based upon the priority and the precedence of the operators. Once that is done, then the main function will just display the postfix format of the infix. Okay, now then we do have the convert. The convert function, what it does, it scans each and every character in the string, that is in the expression, one after the other, and based upon the what type of character it is. There can be brackets, that is the parenthesis, open parenthesis or close parenthesis. There can be operands, there can be operators. Based upon that, it will try to handle that particular scenario in the switch cases. Okay, so if open parenthesis is there, what has to be done? Or if a close parenthesis is there, what has to be done? If it is an operand, then what has to be done, right? So that particular part will be taken care in the convert part. This convert part also makes use of, or it will also call the other three different functions, such as the push function, pop function, and the precedence of the particular operator. Okay, now, when the precedence is called, it will invoke this particular body, wherein we try to validate what is the precedence of the particular character or the particular symbol which we are using here. So if you look at this code, we are taking care of the power operator, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, and then the brackets. Okay, so these are the different operators or the brackets that we are taking care, and according to that we have set the precedences. The higher the value indicates the higher is the precedence. Okay. And we already know that these two different functions, that is, one is the push, other is the pop. Push means now here, as per the function prototype, it is accepting a character, right? And if we need to, before we push an character or an element into the stack, we need to verify the stack overflow, right? How can we verify the stack overflow? That by comparing the top with max minus 1. If max minus 1 is equals to top, that means there are no elements that we can insert or we can push into the stack. Then the stack overflow message would be displayed. Otherwise, we can successfully insert the element at the top of the stack. And the second function is pop. So what pop will do? Pop will just remove the element from the stack, that is, which is placed on top of the stack. And in the during pop operation, there might be a situation when stack overflow might come. Stack overflow means if there are no elements in the stack and if we try to remove an element, that is, if we try to pop the element, then stack overflow will be seen, that we cannot pop anything there. So that has to be carried away, or that has to be handled using top is equals to minus. Otherwise, we can successfully pop the element, and whatever the element were popping up, that can be returned back to the function whichever is being called by it. Okay, now let us go in detail and try to trace how exactly it works. For the tracing purpose, here I have taken one particular Excel sheet where I have just placed different arrays here. Since these are the character arrays of the strings, so we can represent it in the form of an cells. Okay, now the example which I have taken here is that the infix expression consists of a minus b within the brackets whole divided by c plus d raised to e close bracket. So this expression, we are trying to convert it into a postfix expression and using the program, that is by tracing the program here. So as we know, the infix array, that is string, it will just it will keep all the characters which are there in the infix expression. So all these characters, character by character, I have just placed within a different cells here, indicating that the corresponding the indices values. For the first time, when you in a similar way, I have taken up one more array stack and one more array postfix. Okay. Now, if you notice the global variable declarations, I, J both are 0. So here you can look at I is also 0, which is corresponding to the infix array. J is also 0, that is corresponding to the postfix array, that is the strings. Okay. And then the stack, for the stack, initially the top will be pointing to -1. So if you look at here, the top is pointing to -1. Okay. Now let's assume that the main function will get started and we have provided the infix expression as the one which I just showed you in the example. This is the infix expression. That means our infix array, that is the string, consists of all those characters. And then we are calling the convert function. So convert function, when it gets executed, it will call this particular function. So the control from line number 23, it will jump onto the line number 30. Okay, now the first step is what? We need to calculate the length of that particular string. Which string? The infix. So for calculating the length, we are using here the inbuilt function, right? That is strlen. We already know that strlen returns the length of a given string. And this strlen is a library function. That library function is placed inside the string.h header file. Okay, now, so this statement will get executed and it will calculate the length of the string. So in this case, if you look at here, the length of the string is going to be 13. There are 13 characters in this particular string. Okay, that means our length len is equals to 13. Okay, there. Now, so initially we are pushing a character into the stack and that character is hash. Okay, you will come to know why we are pushing this hash later. Okay, so for the first time, when we call the convert function and we're just calling the push function, and we know that push function means we need to insert this particular hash into the stack. Now let us go to the push function. So push function means we have here. So what has to be done? The character yes, the character yes now is the hash symbol. That hash symbol has to be pushed onto the stack. Okay, now first the top will be verified whether top is equals to max minus 1 or not. Okay, if it is not, then there will not be a if it is top is equals to max minus 1, then stack overflow will come. But here in this case, this condition becomes false and it will enter into the else block. So in the else block, what we have first, we have already studied, students, that if you want to perform the push operation, first step is that verify the stack of overflow condition, then go for the insertion, that is pushing the element. So in the pushing the element, the first step is what? We need to increment the top. So if you look at here, plus top, that is pre-incrementation. Pre-incrementation means first the operator will be incremented. So previous value of top here is, it was -1, now top will get incremented. That means now top will point to 0. -1 plus means it will become 0. So at the top of the stack now, stack of top is going to store the yes. Yes, here is nothing but the hash symbol, right? So now here we will get the hash symbol that is added into the stack. Okay, now once that is done, then the control will again come back to wherever it is been called, that is line number 33. Now the next statement. The next statement in the line number 34, we have a while condition, the while statement. So the condition for the while is what? I less than length. So what is the value of I now? If you look at here, I value is 0. What is length? Length is 13. So 0 less than 13 condition is true. That means the while, since the while condition is true, it will enter into its particular body. So in that, the first statement is symbol variable is taking the value which is being stored at infix of I. Now the I value is 0. Now the I value is 0. That means infix of 0. So let us see what is there in the infix of 0. So infix of 0 means this is the infix array, and at the 0th position we have an open bracket, right? So now we are trying to look for the open bracket. We are scanning the first character in the string, that is open bracket. Based upon what type of character it is or the symbol it is, based upon that we are trying to perform certain operation, right? So now the element or the symbol which is being scanned is pointed by I value. So it is open bracket, open parenthesis. Okay, now we will try to look upon the switch cases. The symbol which we just now read is the open parenthesis, and this open parenthesis we will try to scan here. Based upon the open parenthesis or the symbol, we will go to respective cases here. So switch symbol, now the symbol is open parenthesis, that is case first. Look at here, case, within the single quotes the open parenthesis is there. So the value, whatever the symbol stores and this particular case, both will get compared and the comparison is true. That means this particular case will get executed. So what are the statements of this one? There are two statements. The first one is push the symbol. Okay, now the push function will be called, and what is the character or the symbol stores? Actually, symbol stores the open parenthesis. That means the push function will be called here. Okay, then obviously this particular top equal to max minus is turned out because it is a false. Then we are going to push it onto the top of the stack. So when we push on top of the stack, what will happen? Top has to be first incremented. So top will be incremented now, and the open parenthesis will be pushed onto the stack. Okay, now the next, after it is done, switch statement will get completed. Then I plus plus will happen. So I plus plus means now I value will get incremented. So what is the I present value of I? I is 0. Now I plus plus means next time I will become 1. Okay, then again the while loop will be calculated. So I value is now 1 less than len. Len is 13. So if you can write here as a commented line, 1 less than 13. Condition is true. So since condition is true, what logically it implements is that now we can scan the next element. Next element is what? When I is 1. So when I is 1, look into the string here. When I is 1, the character or the symbol is A. Okay, now this A we are scanning now. So when I is 1, this character is A. So this A will get stored into the symbol. Again, the switch case will get executed. Now the symbol contains A, it will try to match the corresponding cases. So the first case will get, the comparison will be failed, it will not get matched. Second case, it will not get matched. Then these set of cases here also it will not get matched because the symbol contains A here, the character A. So what will happen, since none of the cases will get matched successfully, that means it will go into the default. So what is the default case? Is this particular statement. What we are doing in this statement, we are updating that particular symbol into the postfix string. So while updating the postfix string, so what we need to do, whatever the symbol, that A symbol will get added into the postfix and then incrementing its index. So at present, postfix J means it is 0. So at here, the symbol that is A will be added, and then J++ means it is a post implementation. After performing this operation, increment J over here. Increment J over here. Okay, now this statement is completed. Switch case will get turned off, then I++ will happen. So I++ means now for the next time, I will become 2. Right? Then again, if you look into the code, what we have, while I less than 13, that is length. So 2 less than 13 condition is true. So in the symbol here, since I is 2, the symbol in the infix expression pointed at 2 is minus, right? So the minus symbol will be scanned now, or minus character will be scanned. So again, the switch case will get executed. So this minus character or the symbol will try to match with the respective cases from top to bottom, and wherever match is found, that corresponding statement will be executed. So if you look at here, the first 2 cases will not get matched, and then this particular case will get matched with the minus symbol. So minus symbol, since it get matched, the corresponding statements here, there are no statements, neither the break. So it will just keep on continuing with the next statements, and then we get the statement which is line number 53. In the line number 53, we have again a set of statements wherein we will try to find out the precedence of the operators. We will try to find out the precedence of the operators. Now, look carefully here. The while condition, okay, actually we are trying to compare the precedence. We are calling the precedence function 2 times. Okay, for the first time, precedence function will be called, and that this time we are trying to find the precedence of the symbol. Now, what is the symbol? Symbol is minus. Okay, symbol is minus. Okay, now when precedence is called with the minus symbol, the control will reach to the precedence function here. Fine. Now, the S will become that particular symbol which we are passing. Now, in this case, this S is minus. So, the corresponding case here is that this one. Here, P will get assigned a value 1. P will get assigned a value 1 and then break. That means, if you look at this one, this function is returning the P value. So, what actually P contains now? 1. So, 1 will be returned now. 1 will be returned where? It will be returned in place of this precedence of symbol. So precedence of symbol here, the minus, the subtraction operation, the precedence of that, we are taking the value as 1. So let me write down in this particular Excel sheet here. Okay, let me write on this side. So precedence of minus, we are getting it as a 1. Okay, and then we have a comparison operator. That comparison operator is less than or equal to. So less than or equal to. Now, next, what we're trying to calculate? We're trying to calculate the precedence of top of the stack. Now, top of the stack means which character we have at the top of the stack. So if you look into the tracing part here, top of the stack contains the open parenthesis. It contains the open parenthesis. That means the precedence function will be called. That time open parenthesis will be passed. So now here S will contain open parenthesis. So based upon that, the switch case will try to get executed. There, if you look at, there is one particular case for open parenthesis in which the p value will get updated as 0. Okay, and that p value will be returned here. That means what actually is that precedence of top of the stack, that is for the open parenthesis, we get the value as 0. So here 0 less than or equal to, the 1 less than or equal to 0 will be taken care. Okay, now this condition will be evaluated for the while. So here the while loop, okay, while loop, it gets the values as 1 less than or equal to 0. Now tell me what is the result of this? Definitely result will be false here because 1 is not less than or equal to 0. Condition become false. Since condition become false, this statement will not be executed. This particular statement, line number 54, will not be executed. Then the next statement is push the symbol. Push the symbol means whatever symbol we had. So in this, the scanned symbol is what actually? It is minus operator. So this minus symbol has to be pushed. Pushed means what we need to do? We need to first increment the top. So take this particular top to the next one, and that particular symbol, that is minus, add it into the stack. Okay, then this case will get completed, switch case will get completed, then I++ will get executed. So I++ means now I will get incremented to the next value, 3. Okay, that means the next character that we're going to scan is nothing but the B, the symbol B. Now, what will happen with the symbol is B? Let us try to examine that. Now, I value is 3, 3 less than 13 condition is true, and we get a I as 3 here, and the symbol is nothing but B. So what will happen? The symbol is B, and if you look into this particular cases, none of these cases will get matched, so it will go into the default expression. So default expression says add that particular symbol onto the postfix and then J++, that is increment the J. So now we are adding that B into the postfix. So J is pointing here. So add that B here and then increment the J. So increment the J means now J will become from 1, it will turn to 2. Fine. Now next again I++ will take place. So now I will become the next value. So from 3 now I becomes 4. So for fourth we have a closing bracket, that is closing parenthesis. So I is 4. See, I is 4 and the character is closing parenthesis. So let me rewrite here. This is 4 and the character is closing parenthesis. So what will happen now? The symbol is closing parenthesis. This particular case will get called, or the switch case will get matched with this particular case. So here, these are the statements. Okay. Now, first statement is what? Pop with. That is pop, call the pop function. We know that pop function means what? The top of the stack has to be removed. We need to remove that element and decrement the top pointer. Okay, now, so here on the top of the stack, what we have minus symbol. So this minus has to be taken out. So this minus has to be placed where? Let me take one more variable here for demonstration. So here, what I will do, I will write a temp, and then this particular temp I will store minus. Okay, the minus character I will store here. So now this top will now get pointed over here. So that means what? No more this minus exists in this particular stack. Fine. Then we do have again a set of one more while condition. Now we are trying to validate what actually that element which we have popped out. Okay, so temp is not equals to open parenthesis. What actually temp contains now? If you look in the previous this Excel sheet, the temp contains minus sign. That is minus sign. So now temp not equal to opening parenthesis. Yes, minus is not equal to opening parenthesis. Condition is true. Since condition is true, what is to be done? The postfix j plus plus equal to temp has to be executed. That means whatever is there in the temp, that value has to be added into the postfix string. So in the postfix string, here we get the temp value. Temp value is minus, so that minus will be added here. And then j will be incremented. So now this j will get incremented to the next position. Okay, then next statement is temp equal to pop. So pop function will be called once again, and whatever it calls, that will be stored in the temp now. Okay, now since pop is called, means the top of the stack, whatever value we have, that will be taken and that will be updated in the top. So now top of the stack is open parenthesis. That open parenthesis will get updated into the temp variable, and this top will be pointing to the previous location. Okay, so this will be removed from here. Okay, now then again since these two statements are placed in the while condition, in a while loop, again the condition will be validated. Now condition is what? Top not equal to, sorry, the temp not equal to open parenthesis. But if you look at the tracing part here, right now the temp contains open parenthesis, right? So open parenthesis not equal to open parenthesis means the condition becomes false. Since condition becomes false, what has to be done? The while loop will get terminated. While loop will get terminated, and the followed by the break statement will be executed. That means the switch case will get terminated. Okay, so at the end of this one, what we had done actually is that we had popped the element from the stack and we added into the postfix expression, and we have taken care of the remaining elements here. Okay, then next, after this I plus plus, that means now I will get incremented to the next value. Now I will become 5. Means the division symbol we are going to scan now. Okay, now come back to the file condition here, line number 34. Now I becomes 5 less than 13 condition is true. And at this particular location, the character that we are scanning is division. At 5, division symbol we have. So the now symbol contains the division. So based upon this switch case, again, it will try to compare with the different cases. Now here, if you can look at, we have this particular case, which will get matched. Means these statements will be executed. Okay, so whenever, if you notice students, whenever we have the symbol, if the symbol is the operator, then we need to work upon the precedence. Based upon the precedence, we need to take the actions. Right now, the operator, the symbol is basically an operator. So precedence, we need to check it. How can we check the precedence? By calling the precedence function. Now symbol is division. So for the first time, the precedence function will be called by passing the division symbol. That means now control will reach over here. The S will be nothing but the division symbol. So the corresponding case is here, and what it returns, P value will get updated as a 2, and that 2 will be returned. That means for the division here, for the division, we get 2 as the value. So let me write that value here. So now 2 less than or equal to, okay, then precedence of top of the stack. Okay. Now look at the top of the stack, what we have hash symbol. Now in the beginning of the program explanation, students, I talked about this hash, right? Why we are putting this hash, or why we are inserting this hash at the first element? Because whenever the stack is empty and we want to know the precedence of one particular operator, then we should have one more operator or with which we can compare and get to know the precedence. For that purpose, we are using the hash. And if you look at the code segment for the precedence, okay, if you observe carefully, the precedence or the priority for the hash is the least, that is -1. So it has got the least significant compared with all other operators. Okay, so now what will happen? Precedence of hash is going to return now -1. It is going to return -1. So -1 will be returned. So here 2 less than or equal to -1. So what will happen? Condition turns to be false. Since condition turns to be false, this statement here, this while loop will get terminated. Since the condition is false, then this statement will not get executed. So it will move on to the next statement. Next statement is push the symbol. So what we have in the symbol, we have the division operator. We have the division operator. So this division will be now pushed onto the stack. So push means what? Increment the top first. Increment the top first and then add it into the, now division will come here. Okay, so let me remove the unwanted content from the tracing. So this also we don't require. Okay, now so once that is done, the switch case will get terminated. Again I++ will happen. So I++ means now I will get incremented to the next value. So now let us be a little quicker in tracing the code. Now the next character is sim, that is open parenthesis, right? So open parenthesis means what? Here we have a 6 and then the open parenthesis. Okay, this case will get matched, means push it. Push that symbol means, now push the symbol means in the stack we get here. Top will be first incremented to the next value and that open parenthesis will be pushed. Okay, then I will get incremented. Now I becomes, now it was 6, now I will become 7. Okay. Now I becomes 7 here. 7 less than or equal to 30 is true. For I equal to 7, the symbol actually is C. The symbol is C. Since C is what? Alphabet, right? Operand, none of the cases will get matched successfully. So it will move on to the default. The default means add that symbol onto the postfix and then increment the J. So what will happen? The C will be now added here. C will get added and J will be incremented. Then again I++ will happen, means this I will get incremented to the next position. Okay, it is symbol now is plus. Since the symbol is plus, then it will try to compare the cases. Now it will come over here. This case will get, this particular case will be matched and these statements are going to be executed. So precedence of symbol. Now the scanning symbol is a plus. And if you notice here for the plus, the p value precedence is 1. Okay, that means first part here we get a 1 value, 1 less than or equal to precedence of top of the stack. So if you look at here, top of the stack contains what? Opening parenthesis, right? So opening parenthesis precedence is what? Look at here, opening parenthesis precedence is 0. So 1 less than 0 condition becomes false. 1 less than 0 condition become false. So this will get skipped. Then the next statement, push that symbol. The symbol here is the, now what will happen? This particular next character will be pushed onto the stack. So which character it was? It was plus. Now here top will get incremented now and plus will be added here. Okay, then the next character, that is I will get incremented now. I will become 9 and the character is D. Okay, now already we have noticed that whenever the character symbol which we are scanning is operand that will be directly added onto the postfix expression. Correct? So this D will be now added here into the postfix expression, and then J will be incremented. Now J will be pointing to 5. Then the next character I will get incremented. Now the next character is power operator. Now let us try to see what will happen when the symbol is that is next character is power operator. I is 10. Go back to the code here. Now I value is 10 and the character we are trying to scan is the power operator. Okay, then corresponding case it comes here. Precedence will be calculated. Now precedence means now precedence of that particular symbol, that is the power operator. Now power operator, if you look at the code, the precedence it gets the value as a 3, right? So 3 is less than or equal to precedence of top of the stack. On the top of the stack, what we have plus. So precedence of this plus is what? If you look at the code, the precedence of plus is 1. So 3 less than 1 will be calculated or will be compared in the while condition. So 3 less than or equal to 1 condition become false again. So this will not get executed. Then the next statement push will be executed. Push the symbol which we scanned was the greater than, that is the power operator. Now that power operator will be pushed onto the stack. So for pushing, top has to be first incremented and then push that particular element, that is power operator. Once that is done, I plus plus. So I will now increment it to the next value. So I, that is the scanned element symbol contains E. We know that if it is a operand, that has to be directly put it onto the postfix expression. So now here we get E and then increment this. So now J will become 6. Okay. The next character is closing parenthesis. Now I becomes closing parenthesis. I is 12. 12 less than 13. Condition is still true. Okay. The I is 12 and the condition is true, and the element which we are scanning here is the closing parenthesis. Now closing parenthesis means this particular condition becomes true. Since it becomes true, what we will perform first, we will pop the element and store it into the temp. So pop the element means on the top of the stack what we have, that is the power operator. So now temp will store the power operator, that is power operator will be stored in the temp. Okay, now the while condition will be compared. Is that temp not equal to opening parenthesis? Yes, it is true, because temp contains the power operator. See, temp contains the power operator and it is not equal to the opening parenthesis. This becomes true. So it will enter into the while loop. In the while loop, what we have? Postfix expression, add the temp value. Means whatever is there in the temp, that is value, in this case it is a power expression, you add it into postfix. Now this will be added and then J will be incremented. Now J will come here. Next statement is again pop the element from the stack. So once we pop, it will return one value. That value will now again get stored into the temp. So now here previous step, when we have added we have popped, this element will be removed from the stack, right? That will be removed. That means what? Pop will be now pointing here and this element will not be existing. Okay. Now, next time when we call here pop function, again, the top of the element will be removed. So top of the element here is what? Plus symbol. So this plus symbol will be removed and this plus symbol will be added into the temp variable. And then this top will be decremented. From this top, now it will come over here. Okay, then next. Temp not equal to open parenthesis. Now, what actually temp contains? Temp contains plus symbol. So is this plus symbol not equal to open parenthesis? Yes, it is not equal to open parenthesis. That means condition is true. Since condition is true, what has to be done? Whatever is there in the temp, that you add it into the postfix expression. So in the temp, we have a plus. So this plus will be added into post expression, and then j will be incremented. Now j points to the 8th index. Okay. Now let me remove this particular temp plus from the temp. Okay. Then again, pop will be function will be called. Pop means take out the last element from the stack. So what do we have in the top? We have the close, that is opening parenthesis. So opening parenthesis will get stored into the temp. Okay. Then again the condition will be evaluated. Now condition is what? Opening parenthesis is not equal to opening parenthesis. Now the condition becomes false. Since condition becomes false, the while loop will get terminated and then followed by the break statement. Okay. After that, the next statement will be what? I plus plus. Now I plus plus means I will get incremented. Now I actually now after 12 we will be having 13, right? So 13, that is I will become now 13. Then in the while condition, I less than, so here 13 less than 13 condition becomes, since condition becomes false, this entire while loop will get terminated. While loop will get terminated. Okay, now the next step is these statements. Top greater than 0. So in the while we have a condition. What top contains now? Top contains opening parenthesis. Okay, now since top contains value of the top is 2, value of the top is 2, 2 greater than, okay, let me write it here, 2 greater than 0 condition is true. Since condition is true, what we need to do? We need to pop. So what has to be popped? Whatever we have on the top of the stack. So top of the stack, what we have? Open parenthesis. So that has to be popped. If you notice, this particular opening parenthesis will be removed in the previous step. It will be removed. I just missed to write that one. It will be removed from the previous step. And the top will be pointing over here. So actually now top contains what? Top contains the bracket, that is division operator. It will contain the division operator. So this division operator will be popped out and that will be added into the postfix expression. So this division will now come onto the postfix expression and that will be added here. J will be now incremented to the next position. Okay, then since top value was reduced, now on the top of the stack, after this was removed, this will get removed and this top will be pointing to the this one. Okay, now 0 greater than 0 condition becomes false, so this while loop will get terminated. Okay, and at the end of this particular postfix, we are adding a null value. So here a null value will get added. We are adding a null value. Fine. Then once this statement is complete executed, that means the entire convert function will be done with its execution. Now it will come back to the main function. In the main function, we have printf statement. That is, whatever is there in the postfix, you display it. So in the postfix, we have these values. Up to the null character, it will display. So it is going to display these things. Okay. Let us execute the program with this as the infix expression. And then let us cross verify whether the answer what we got by tracing and the program is correct or not. Okay. Now, so let me execute. That is what we had taken there was open bracket a minus b. I think it was a minus b. Yes, a minus b. Then division. Then c plus d. Yes, c plus d. Then power e and close bracket. One second. Let me execute first. I just missed to type that code ./a.exe. Okay, sorry. A minus c. So a minus b closing bracket division c plus d power e. Quickly check it out whether it is correct or not. Yes, a minus b closing division c plus d power e and press enter. And this is the answer that we got from the program. And let us try to validate this with respect to the code or the tracing part. So AB minus CDE, then power plus division, power plus division. So the tracing what we have done and the program what output it is generating, both are same. Okay, this is little lengthy program, and you need to know the concept of the stacks here. What actually happens when we do the pop operation? What happens when we do the push operation? Okay, so the precedence again, the precedence or the priority of the operators have to be known. So based upon that, this particular code is written. And students, if you remember in the previous class, we have gone through the algorithm, one of the algorithm that will convert, that will help us in it gives the proper steps in converting an infix expression to the postfix expression, right? So here is the algorithm, right? Based upon this algorithm only, the code which we just saw is written. Based upon that only, this particular code is written. Okay, I will share this particular code with you, also the algorithm. Try to trace the program with another set or another example for better understanding. Okay,